It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by CNY Golf Shop and Range, Camillus Golf Club, Elevate Fitness of Syracuse. And these guys, Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company, stop by all week long for the best beers in New York State. StumbleandMonkeyBeer.com for more information. Pick up a sweet lid like this and some other gear at Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company. The Yankees are up 2-0 in the ALCS. 6-3 winners last night in the Bronx. They had a 3-0 lead early after a couple of innings, and then Cleveland really got to Garrett Cole. Not surprised. It's just not possible at this point of his career. I don't know what's gone on in terms of the ace factor with Cole. You get that great shutdown deal last time out, and then this time out, 4 1/3, was having all sorts of control problems. He got his 4 strikeouts, but it took a lot of work, and then he was out. And it was Clay Holmes, and it was Hill, and it was Canley. And the bullpen, for the most part, up until that point, shut things down. No runs, and then obviously Weaver gave one up, but that's just probably an overwork thing back-to-back nights. I think Boone really wanted to go to him because they trust him, and boy, so do I. I've noted, I think Jeff Nelson, David Roberts, and those kind of guys in their prime, Ramiro Mendoza, Mike Stanton, some of the great relievers that the Yanks have had from the left and the right sides. Weaver right now, to me, is one of those guys, but he's just like a Scott Proctor. He can be a Kyle Farnsworth if he is overworked. Now they get the day off. Hopefully go to Cleveland. They can use him again. But again, you got to be careful there. But there were 3 huge takeaways from this game, right? Number 1, Aaron Judge homered. Aaron Judge has been trying to climb back and look a little bit. He's been looking a little bit better with his swings, hitting the ball harder, getting, sack flies and all the rest, and hitting the ball on the screws, but right to people. And he hit a bomb. I mean, there are very few people who can hit that pitch in the game, and he hit it out. That was the first thing. I think the second thing to pay attention to is that the Cleveland Guardians rely on defense and bullpen and timely hitting. They are 0 for 3 in this series, and that is why they are down 0-2. Let's be honest right now. Sometimes the cookie crumbles where you play well enough, and, one of my favorite things with fans is when they say, well, we didn't this, and they make themselves part of the team, right? Well, we didn't execute, and we didn't. It's like, well, dude, there's somebody else on the other side moving chess pieces too on the board, right? However, in this series, the Guardians have done a lot like the Royals have done and made a lot of stupid mistakes that they didn't make consistently during the season that they're making right now. I mean, you drop that pop-up. I know that the wind's whirling and all the rest and the ball's all over the place, but you can't drop that pop-up early in the game. That's part tone setter right there. Also, the 4 wild pitches in game 1, like the defense has been awful. The mental errors have been awful. Like Cleveland, they can't win if they play horrendous defense and their bullpen is shaky. And of course, it hasn't been really good in this series. The Yankee bullpen continues to mostly be dominant. I mean, they were 18 2/3 innings with 1 run scored, and now, if I add it up again, what are they? It's going to be 2 runs scored over 1, 2, 3, 4 2/3. So I guess that'd be 19 2/3, 20 2/3. I guess it would be quick math on that they've only allowed 2 runs in this series, and of course they didn't allow anything against Kansas City. So I would say that those, in the bullpen, of course, for the New York Yankees, I think those 3 things, like the Guardians, the way they're playing, the sloppiness, Aaron Judge, and of course the bullpen for the Yanks. And if I have to add a 3A to it, I will, because the Yankees had a bunch of guys on again early in this game, and they did not connect. And when it got really dicey, when it was like 3-2, you're like, okay, and then 4-2, obviously. And then the Yankees got a couple in the 7th and off the Judge homer. But you kind of sat there and said, they had connected a couple early in the game, right? They left 7 more guys on base, and they went 2 for 10. Now, the Guardians were even worse. They left 11 players on, and they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So a big-time blunderfest so far for Cleveland. The Yankees are playing well in spots. It's by no means an elite team, but this is just how the bracket is this year, and you got to play your teams. You got to win your games, and the Yankees are up 2-0, heading back to Cleveland, Ohio for Game 3. And the Guardians are not dead. If they can figure out a couple little things here, win a couple games at home, they're right back in this series. ML Sports Take brought to you by Jam and Beats, Bonnet Sales and Service, Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company, CH Insurance, and our great friends over at Mars Motors. All makes, all models, under 10 grand. Go shop the lot today for your new used car at Mars Motors. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.